Morning, everyone. Welcome to the Steuben County Board of Commissioners meeting for Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026. First item on our agenda this morning is Trinity Wright, JDAI.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Trinity. I'm the Juvenile Detention Alternatives Coordinator here in Steuben County. I am coming to you to ask for approval to apply for the DOC JDAI grant. We are requesting $64,933 for programming and implementation services for our youth programs here.
Question?
Please, up front with no extra funds needed, so. Make a motion to approve. I'll second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
So I had potentially 4 items on the agenda, the ordinance amendment for fee schedule changes. We're actually removing that and we will not be reviewing it today. There are a couple corrections that I want to make first, just to make sure that it's clear that the board is the 3 things on the agenda are related to request for approval. The first one is iOS scanning payment not to exceed $10,000. This is an annual approval we use for scanning in our historical documentation in the department. Right now, I think we are right up to JK when we're talking in letters of non-objection related to building projects. We still have to get through the rest of the alphabet, and then those can be submitted for instruction. And we're looking at potentially getting rid of 8 file cabinets, which when you talk about square footage space, they take up a lot. It would be nice to have that area back and do something different with that area. And this is put into the budget for 1168, which is our local health maintenance. I consider it a legacy fund, and that's what they call it. And that was given state approval already for that expenditure. Pardon me.
2 questions? Motion?
Motion to approve. I'll second.
Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with aye. Aye.
And then if you would entertain me, I'll have McKenna come up and do the iHigh contract, which is directly related to what she does. So I'm going to give her a chance here. Please be nice.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
So this is requesting approval to sign a 1-year contract with the Indiana Health Information Exchange to utilize their CDC and PASS application. The information exchange should assist in reduction of lag time for case investigations for communicable disease reporting from weeks to days. I use this on an everyday basis, pretty much. Sorry, I'm deviating from what you have on here.
That's fine.
Okay.
You can summarize.
The health department greatly value the quality and quantity of information that was available through the iHigh application and would like to renew the contract to use the application. The cost of access to iHigh is $1,872 for the calendar year, and this funding is available in Fund 1168 or the local health maintenance fund in account 30043.
Any questions?
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Yes.
And last but not least, we have reapproval of a board member, Vicki Meek. She's been on the board for quite a few years and is valued as a board member for our health department. This would be approval for January of 2026 to December of 2029.
Motion approved. Second.
Discussion? All in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
If I could have a moment, I do have a couple other updates. So iHigh, as we kind of mentioned, is considered data interoperability, and that's something that the Rural Health Initiative that the state of Indiana applied for is one of the tenets that they're going for is data interoperability. And that would mean we can access information that is already in there from Perfume, Eskenazi, from IU Health, and that way we're not calling, we're not faxing. And the Rural Health Initiative that is going to be going on is a 5-year grant, over $1 billion invested in the rural health. And there is a regional coalition that is being built besides the very densely populated counties, so like Allen County, Marion are not included, but hopefully somebody or a partner in our community will actually have a seat at the table so we can kind of work together with who's in Steuben, who's in DeKalb, who's in LaGrange, who's in Noble. We can come together and kind of figure it out and get all those puzzle pieces in line to improve efficiency, quality of care, and outcomes for people in the community. I did want to let you know that that's coming up very quickly in 2026. And then another piece of news, why McKenna was probably presenting up here. I submitted my resignation. It's an open secret, but March 18th will be my last day. I'm giving her a little exposure at the podium to you guys. And she was identified as the interim replacement throughout the interview process as we kind of wind and do our transition. We're currently in the interview process right now. Hopefully by Friday, we'll have identified a candidate to take my role. But I just wanted to give you guys a heads up and put it on record. But other than that, we are doing well in the health department.
Good.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You will be missed.
Yes. I'm going to celebrate you guys too. Have a good day.
Thank
You
you.
take care, Lisa. Sheriff will not be here, but this is his annual grant application for his Marine Patrol. Does this every year. Usually requests the full amount, but doesn't get the full amount.
Hang on a second. We're gonna do the sheriff first, but okay.
Any questions on that?
Motion approved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Okay. Got a signature. Okay.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I just have a contract renewal. This is planned for in our budget. This is True Green. We have it at our 2 locations, the Judicial Center and the Community Center. This year's price for services, $1,875.24. This is 6 applications at each site. I was just trying to get this in front of you for the early springtime, the first treatment.
Questions?
Second.
Further? None, all in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Morning, Scott.
Morning. So on the on the fee schedule for approval, you guys approved everything up to 2027. I just kind of laid that out so you can see where we were and where we're going to. So the ones I'm asking today is the 2028, the fee schedule for the increases for all our fees. And if you look at the bottom, it goes over to, the yellow goes over to 2026. That's the non-camper fee or non-camping fees. Suggestion on that, if you guys want to see that go that direction.
The non-camping dock fees are only if we have available spaces.
Yes.
If somebody camper requested a space,
They come.
well, after you've already rented those out.
Hopefully that doesn't happen. We haven't had that happen before, but we're gonna have to have a full seat each year, so we're gonna try to get those booked in prior to contacting our non-campers. We shouldn't have a problem.
We want to consider some of the upgrades that we've looked at out there. Raising rates in an effort to complete some of those improvements.
Yeah.
Improvements
We,
going into 2028.
Yeah.
Because there's some significant improvements to be done out there.
I would say we would want it done by 2028, you know, for charging people more, we gotta have the improvement stuff, yes.
Or improving the 28 cent, and we want to maybe look at
Yeah.
inputting some of those.
Yep.
And why don't we hold off on that for now then? We'll get with you and look at some of those improvements that we discussed with the facilities out there.
I'm still waiting on some of those estimates. A little slow on it, so. I know I turned you guys in the dock estimates. I gotta get you one replaced for ambulance. I asked him to put it on one form and then note that. This will replace the company you guys have done with that, so just to kind of clean up a little bit. And get till this weekend. Replace that ambulance. Awesome. Did you want one?
I can look at ours.
So this one replaces all the, got a 35 things. Yep.
That's everything all together. So I do know that it's 3 weeks on material getting it in. So I just want to keep that in mind too, because my worry is getting it in time for the April 15th.
I did ask Scott to put kind of a pro forma together for revenues received
Right.
for the dock spaces, so we can. If we do it the same way we did the last time, I believe we just made your moves and borrowed it and then paid it.
We did, and it did work out well. It was all completely repaid in a timely fashion. Quick.
And what you would have the ability to do is use revenue from the ones that are previously paid, accelerate payment of any new installation. Again, that would have to go in front of council.
So at the minimal, if we do this, with also getting help on installation too, which is another 18,000. If we did that, if you guys approved that, we'd have this paid off by the beginning of 2027. Once we collect everything after that piece.
So take about 2 years.
Yeah.
Fees to get full reimbursement, or we could look at a longer term strategy, maybe take 3 or 5 years to pay it. And use some of these for some of the next 7 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, the discussion about it. We can have the discussions with us, look at those numbers and put all that together, then go to council, or we can make a decision now whether we'll move forward with this and go to council.
I like the idea of making it all one package, and so the improvements we could do, we can package that in. With the revenue we receive back. You know,
Saying that's how we receive money. Not necessarily we do or don't do it.
with access to the
And then the
department.
docks would be part of it. So you structure the increases in dock fees and the increases in the camping fees.
Yeah.
As those increases as repayment on a loan, if you will, from major moves. Get those completed. So you'd be using the increased revenues, not the base
Right.
revenues.
Right.
So those marginal incomes.
Scott said that this would be paid by the beginning of the 27 campaign.
If you used 100% of it, yeah.
That's just.
Now we're not, well, it'd be 2 years because you're using all 26 and all 27. In other words, when they make their payments in spring of 27, you would have it.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
So it's-
I was skipping over the 27 payments.
But we could look at this one, well, with the installation, about 155,000, 156,000.
See what that looks like.
See what it looks like overall, see what the rate increases look like.
Yeah.
As one package to council, or we could do them separately.
I mean, we like to get this done by the spring.
Yes.
Right, so,
So that's why this is a little more,
Yeah.
this is a little more time sensitive than the other.
right. So she said 3 weeks out materials, so we had it March, for the council by March.
What's your end date by under contracts? April 15th. April 15th, it needs to be installed.
So it's tight.
We're gonna approve this, do it today, and then we can work on the
The full council will work on the other one.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's gonna make the timing really tight.
Yeah.
Won't leave any time for snap.
Would you be able to have that for next Tuesday, or would that have to wait? We acted on it today. In addition.
The additional, no, because you have to wait till March. We're past the deadline for me I don't have to advertise it in the newspaper, but I do have a 14-day that I have to put it on Gateway. And so the council meets next week, so I don't have time to get that.
Yeah, we don't have the numbers yet for the rest of the projects. I think we have to do this just to get it.
You do, and you did get your permit, if I remember correctly, right?
Yes. Yeah. All right, well, go to motion.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve, well, so what do we do it? We'd be a motion to take it out of major routes for us. Take it to council, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll make a motion to approve, take it out of major moves, we go to council and not to exceed 156,000 for the docks. That sound good?
I think that covers it.
One second.
Just clarify, we gave it, terms,
How do you set that?
well, I was gonna say, we can do it all and just say 100% of it goes right back. Or say we do it over 3 years or 4 years and use portions of that for improvements, for other improvements. Or look at just the increased revenues from the camp.
I think we have to do that until we know what that's gonna be. Yeah,
Keep it as a sources and uses kind of thing.
maybe keep these two separate that way.
Okay.
So which is this, exactly how we did before? Yeah.
Leave it as is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everything he brings in is to pay back the docks.
Yeah. Docks.
Okay,
So
That all
revenues
gets-
from the docks, we pay back.
okay, good. Get it ready to move.
That seemed to work out the best last time.
It did.
So let's, yeah, let's change that part of it then.
Any further? All in favor, signify with aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Bill, I mean, we're not picking who's got it though, right?
Lowest cost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just had a couple updates, starting 2026 budget, starting out strong. That's something we got 7 so far. Going building 8 and conference room here. So starting off strong this year, so they're still coming in. Unless we have any last minute changes, we will have a full season campground this year. Getting our mowing equipment ready, and Brian has a new group this semester for the civil engineering, environmental engineering class to do the trails again this year. So
It's working out very well.
Yes.
It's a nice partnership.
that professor's very stoked about this, so he's already on it.
Good.
So, yeah.
Cool. All right.
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Lauren.
All right, updates. We are set for the letting of the roundabout for next Wednesday, February 11th. Also getting close to sending out offers for right-of-way purchasing on the Okabachi South Phase 1 project. Also working on side note, we know we're kind of close on the dates, so went ahead and put together a quote, sending out for tree clearing along the project. That way we don't get held up by tree removal issues. Have that quote back yet, so we can show that to you. The 2026 draft road program, all the materials have been ordered, and we're working on adding the road program as a layer to the Beacon website, so people will be able to click on it, see where we're working for the 2026. Then I have for the miscellaneous 2025-1 project, provided you guys a copy of the quote we received back for that work. I sent out or solicited 6 quotes for it, received 1 back in the amount of $11,400 from API Construction. Everything looks good, it's a good price. We request approval of the quote so we can award it and get that project moving forward. I handed that out as a sample. There it is. One sign project.
Motion to approve.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by aye.
Aye. Thank you.
I also handed that back, handed out this morning, a copy of the bid test, quote tabulation for our 2026 striping, spring striping project. Solicited 3 quotes. Traffic control specialist with dates return from American from Air Marking Company, which again they returned. They are low for $111,447.95. And we solicited a quote from 3 Rivers Barricade, but they did not return a quote. If I could have approval to continue the project Air Marking.
Make that motion.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by aye. Aye.
Thank you. General operations updates. We were able to pre-treat before Monday's event. That seemed to go pretty well. We're pretty happy with how that turned out. We'll have our CDL class done by the end of this month. Get our Facebook page up and running, so that's been nice to help additionally communicate with the public. And I just would like to send out a big shout out to the guys that did a great round the last 7 events since the weather provided.
Yes, they've done a
They've
wonderful
also
job.
been working very hard and the roads have looked pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Considering the weather they had to deal with.
They did a good job.
Contrary to a couple constituents' remarks, I think you guys did an awesome job.
And I will say the social media information, to be able to put that out there is a big help too. I think that a lot of people do appreciate that. At least to have an understanding of what's going on. Yep. Or whether they can or not. At least the information to get to them. Yep.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it. Okay, move on to our other business for January 23rd, the amount of $635,468.27. Any discussion? None, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Got minutes for us? We have minutes from the January 20th meeting. Any questions, additions, or corrections? None, I entertain the motion.
Approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify with aye. Aye. Okay. Twenty 26 allocations.
Excuse me. So Abby's been receiving emails or documents from some of the organizations that you've contributed to. And we never set an exact dollar amount of what you guys were going to approve to give out. And you originally had requested 110. Council cut that down by $21,500 and took you down to 88.5. So not sure
Excuse me, some of
which ones
those,
and how much.
some of them like in there have lines, don't they?
Yeah, so if you look at the other spreadsheet also. Everything's been highlighted, already has a line, and if you go down to 30186, the nonprofit assistance, they're listed in there. I highlighted them on my sheet, but
It's Region 3A, Mommy River, EDC, that's why I don't water, first responders, shelter, Mason, all have
they're
their
lines.
own line items, so we really need to consider.
You also, Humane Shelter also had its own line as well. So you were looking at Trying Partnership, 4-H Fair Association, Children's First Center, Well Child Clinic, Woodland Lakes, Historical Society, Council on Aging, Turning Point, and the YMCA. Are you on the total?
It's not best.
Yeah.
So if I take all of them without trying, because there's a dollar amount there, with the dollar amounts that are listed, you get $118,174. If you put trying in there with 20,000, like was in 25, that of course takes you to 138,174. I can't remember if it was for 26 or previously 25, talking
We gotta
about
get out to
backing that
88.
off.
Do you recall how much we provided trying? Because we,
In total,
yes.
I would have to look that up because that was, yeah,
Well, it wasn't 40 of them, we were trying to build that to 100,000. And I know we cut it back, the first
This is
first
last
few years, we
year,
did 25,
some
and
50,
then it
70.
scaled back, we might did about 70.
We're at 118, 174 right now, we need to get out to what?
85. 85.
yes, 88.5. I said without trying, because we had a line in that one, you're at 118, 174. If you use the numbers that were originally requested.
That's a reduction of about 36%.
Like, so take care of our, right?
Pretty minimal amounts.
So you wouldn't want to reduce that if more than $500.
Everybody by what they got us.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Other than, I was gonna say, you probably have to keep one of the lakes and
Keep that base now. Can't really go much lower than that.
you don't have to partnership. So that's what prompted tried.
Yeah.
Right, 36% was without tried. In there. The 20,000.
No.
I mean, but they're using 138.
138, 174. Shrine. Well, Shrine, the Little Lakes Historical Society. Council on Aging, Turning Point.
I see it.
Yeah. All right. First there.
It's good, show them the first,
Yeah, but there's no dollar.
To see if us.
It's,
That's the request. But in 25, we did not provide anything. According to
Yes, that's right, we did that. So that would be 10,000 out of that.
So with a reduction, and this is gonna sound horrible, but I guess with council reducing that amount, then we don't add any new ones.
So you take 10,000 out of that, right? Yes.
Yeah.
108.
Based on what we did for 2025. If I had this right. So if they follow me, let's just make sure.
Okay.
So if you did, we go down through the 25 allocations, if you did 20 for trying, you did 8 for the 4-H, you did 2,000 for Well Child, you did 500 for Woodland Lakes, 4,000 Historical Society, 40,000 Council on Aging, 10,000 Turning Point, and 4,000 at the Y, that comes up to 88.5, right? Which is what's budgeted. So no increases, no addition. And all the line items that have already been provided for, which includes most of that.
$85.
Same, so you're looking at the same for 2026 as you did for 2020.
Yeah.
You're not adding any, you're not increasing, you're not reducing any.
It's the same.
Realizing that we might be completed in trying that, we'll have to check that. Okay, we got it?
We went about it.
The goal with that was to build that to 100, then use the, it'd be a fund then, a scholarship fund that produces producers to create those scholarships. That was all for that year student expansion. And if you remember, we received a couple of thank you cards for some scholarships.
Well, this is kind of weird for 2023, but we're at 50, I think we're at 70,000.
That's what I thought.
So that is the 90, and then the next year's 10, it's that.
It's like what
That commitment.
Here's,
And again, that was commitment set by the previous commission board, so if you guys want to change that, you can.
I think,
he did in 23, he did
I thought
25,
that's-
25 and 20.
with that, I'd make a motion to, make the 2026 allocations the same as the 2025. Sorry?
Just so you have that clear, it's what was stated previously, Kelly.
Yep.
That,
I'll repeat the numbers when you're, unless you want me to repeat them before you take your motion.
would you like to hear them again?
Allocation, let's see.
Yeah.
I think we're all good.
Okay.
Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Okay, so as far as the planning commission goes. Two members. On the planning commission, Dr. Austin Woodrow and Jeff Rhodes, are appointed by the county commission and they expired on December 31st, 2025. So we need two appointments, correct? To the planning commission. And for those, we have, I believe, three people. Well, the two that are there.
Yeah.
And we have two others, right, that have submitted an interest in that. So, trying to organize this a little bit. So you have for those positions, Austin Boudreau, Jeff Rhodes, Bill Schmidt, and Jake Cox. Have all submitted an interest to be in those two positions. So we have four candidates, two positions. select two out.
Very specific.
Can we do one at a time? Can we do one at a time?
Oh, yeah, however you want to do it. You could do one.
I'll entertain however you want to do it with that.
I was,
The problem with doing two at a time,
yeah,
you may not necessarily agree on both.
right. So I would make a motion to approve Austin Boudreaux for the reappointment of the planning commission.
Okay.
Second.
Any discussion on that, gentlemen? Hearing none, all in favor signify with aye.
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 0. Okay. So we are between Mr. Rhodes, Mr. Schmidt, and Mr. Cox. This one.
Make a motion to approve Jay Cox.
I'll second.
Cox. Any further discussion on those? Hearing none, all in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Aye. Yeah, conflict of interest form submitted by Sharon Weiss. Is that for Bill?
Yep.
Okay. Just thought I'd clarify that.
Move to approve.
Second.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Finish that.
So first by you, second by Rick. Both conflict of interest, right?
Yep.
Any further discussion? None, all in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Sorry. We're moving quickly.
I know. I just went back to read this because you've got 2 terms for the plan commission, and then there were 2 terms for the Board of Zoning Appeals. So you appointed Austin Boudreaux and Jake Cox for the plan commission, but don't we have to do the,
Two members, terms for the
Well,
Board of Zoning Appeals,
no.
Doug Smith appointed by the county commissioners, and Kevin Stockwell appointed by county council.
yeah.
Okay, so.
So I think he's going to do Doug Smith
Yeah.
based on what he typed here.
That does make sense.
So for zoning, did we have any other applicants?
That, let's see, plan commission. Plan commission. Not in this paperwork.
Make a motion to approve Doug Smith on the PCA.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Kelly.
Yeah.
Okay, claims. Questions? Motion to pay our bills?
I will move to approve the claims of $604,143.14 and the items A, B, C, and B.
Any further discussion on that? Hearing none, all in favor signify with aye. Aye. Anything else?
Did you get the RFP?
I was told that we had an email on it, but I did not see.
I corrected, there were a couple typos in my record, so I'll give it Tabby to circulate.
Okay.
I really didn't know what you wanted, so it's just a draft. Circulated. Also, I talked to Mr. Moeller.
Mhm.
He wants to go forward with the appraisals, and the appraisals on what? He owns quite a, you probably know what he owns. You have this little red piece there, but the rest of it,
3 or 4 parcels there, I think.
yeah. And he
They're all
also,
gonna be individual parcels probably.
well, there's
That, with the
one,
appraisals, yeah.
2, 3, there are 3 parcels. And so you want all 3 appraised separately?
The well ones. Would they have to be done separately?
Well, unless you want to maybe purchase one and not the other, though. The entrance pretty much requires you to.
Right. Because you can't leave something like one, I think he did multiple.
Yeah.
Does he live on the property?
He did, I don't know if he still does or not.
I don't think he does now.
He built the house pretty much, I don't know if that's where he lives or if he's still
Well,
out there.
he said he just mentioned he may want to stay for a couple of years. I don't know, maybe that's this storage building or something?
It's a apartment over a garage.
Okay. But that's something we could address.
Address that.
Yeah. That's pretty.
Yeah.
So I have authority to go ahead and contract for the appraisal.
Yep.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, the other thing, somebody needs to contact Mr. Rhodes, who is not reappointed, because the meeting's tomorrow. That'd be- That would be good to.
We have an applicant with Charlie this morning.
Great.
We can read this. Yeah. All right. We can, not anything that's present. Anything further?
Remove the one right there for you.
Oh, the job description. Thank you for making merit position to a civilian position. Is that proper?
Correct. Yeah.
Make sure. So just a reclassification from merit, nothing really changes. Right? That's a merit position in the sheriff's department.
So you motion.
So it is in the sheriff's department and they're not a transfer to us.
We can change that at any time if we choose.
The position is in the communications department, but directly reports to the chief deputy at this point in time.
So it's really, yeah, this position is within 911. Correct. That's what I was thinking. It was still staying as a sheriff's department position, but it's not, it's 911.
That's more clear, that's more clarity.
Yes. I like that.
Further discussion? All in favor, signify by aye. Anything further?
Anything?
Yeah, probably.
The RQAW mediation
Yes.
is April the 9th at 9 a.m. Donna needs at least one of you there. I need to know if more of you are going to be there, because if you are, I need to.
Maybe an executive session, since it's.
Yes, it would be an executive session, but we still need notice.
I would
Yeah,
say, I would say notice would be appropriate, and whether all of us are going to be noticed.
At 9 a.m., it's in Fort Wayne, at Daniel Palmer's office. I gave the address to. It's right across from the courthouse.
803 South Calhoun Street.
You send an invite out for that. Have me send for another time. Thank you.
And in order to be prepared, I may have to contact a federal consultant to get an opinion. The mediator is going to want something other than it wasn't right, whatever. And just so you know, and that'll be some expense, not a great expense, because he won't have to attend the mediation or something. But we do need their.
Yeah, so we'll let you know, you'll do that.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Also, we contacted the judges for their input.
I'm sure you'll get plenty of that.
So you know.
Set a time limit on the judges, comments, please.
I wanted it right.
Yeah. Very good.
That'll help.
One more thing. Wait, hold on. Part B. For Flex Financial, for the striker contract, is this one for the COTS or is this one for the other one? It's for the COTS. For the COTS, we need final clarification that that is coming out of Q cap.
Okay. Yes. That's what I understood.
You need a motion and a vote, or what?
It'd be nice.
Make a motion that the cops run a queue.
Second.
Any further? All in favor, signify by
Aye.
Thank you.
That's what, a 3-week or 5-week?
5.
Anything further?
Eddie said we might see a remount.
Next week, possibly. I'm excited. Be a different color.
Yeah.
Okay. We agree, Sam. Good job.